Good evening, everybody. What they see is what they'll be. What they see is what they'll be. This is the motto of a civic organization known as the 100 Black Men of America. This organization is founded on the foundation and the principle of lifelong mentorship and showing minority youth, both male and female, that you can be more than the next star athlete, that you can be more than the next star entertainer. I had the opportunity and the pleasure and the honor to join this organization when I used to live in St. Louis, Missouri. I served at an institution called Harris-Stowe State University under the leadership of Dr. DeJuan Warmack, and also the Dean of Students, Dr. Emmanuel Lamont. See, they taught me and they showed me that people that look like me can be more than what they see every single day on TV, in the media, on social media. One thing that I realized is the example that they set for me, I had at home all the time. See, a little bit about myself, a little bit about my family. My mother and my father are immigrants of Haiti, known as one of the poorest countries in the Western Hemisphere, known as a country that is ravaged by natural disasters year after year. Yet we are also the first independent Black republic in the Western Hemisphere that completely abolished slavery. This is something that we are proud of. This is something that has carried in my parents. See, that same honor, that pride, that tradition, to fight for what you believe in, to make sacrifices, not just for yourself, but for people that you may never meet. With their discipline, with their faith, they were able to put myself and my oldest sister through great institutions. My oldest sister graduated from Georgetown University. From there, went to Pennsylvania State University, earned her Juris Doctorate from the Dickerson School of Law. I've graduated from Bethune-Cookman University. I've been able to earn my master's in education from the University of Missouri, St. Louis. And see, I don't say that to brag. I don't say that to boast. I say that because on the outside looking in, you may or others may think that I grew up with a disadvantage. Immigrant parents that started out as farm workers, they transitioned into maintenance and hospitality services and hotels. From there, their persistence, they earned their general education degrees. My father went to seminary school. My mother is now a nurse at a hospital. See, what they see is what they'll be. That's all I know is to serve. And I thank God that people's perception of you does not determine your progress in life. What they see is what they'll be. See, we're all here tonight. We've heard different speakers speak about an evolution of self or discipline pertaining to ACTS. ACTS is the acronym for Arts, Culture, Technology, Science, and Society. As a minority male, I want to speak to you all about the importance of the representation of minority males in mass media and their contribution to ACTS. When I think about the contributions of minority males to ACTS and other fields and other endeavors, I am overwhelmed with pride. Yet at times I am infuriated, out of rage even. One of the greatest literary minds to ever walk this earth, James Baldwin, said, to be a Negro in this country and to be relatively conscious is to be in a state of rage almost all the time. And people ask me, well, Reuben, where does this rage come from? This rage comes from the deplorable depiction of minority males in mass media. The role that mass media has played in the desensitization of dead Black bodies. We are used to seeing a dead Black body, and that is a problem. That's my reality. It's proven. It is proven and statistically proven that minorities and urban communities are disproportionately represented in mass media when it comes to certain things as reporting crime. As a country that's known as land of the free and home of the brave, we've gotten away from the concept of rehabilitation. We've lost ourselves what does it truly mean to differentiate between crime and punishment. There's documentaries, such as The 13th on Netflix, that shows that the 13th Amendment seems to serve as legal justification for involuntary servitude. That's the reality. And this is what is being pushed on outlets of mass media. Outside of this suit, I'm just another black man. Standing at 6'5", 210 pounds, outside of this suit, looking at me, assumption, he has to play some type of sport. Yes, I did. I grew up playing basketball. I loved trying to play basketball in college. But you know what? On a personal note, I remember being in the gym after a workout in high school. And the track and field coach at the time pulled me to the side. I'm getting ready to leave. I'm sweating. I'm tired. I'm ready to go home. And he tells me, Reuben, basketball will not be your ending. Basketball is not your purpose. Basketball is not why you're here. Being 17, 18 years old at the time, it kind of threw me for a loop. All I've ever heard is, basketball is going to take you far. Basketball is going to get you a free education. And somebody that didn't look like me told me something completely different. When I think about the contributions of minority males in mass media and concerning acts, it's multiple names that come to mind. You have championship world-class athletes like Oscar De La Hoya and LeBron James, who have donated millions in scholarships and who seem to be on a lifelong mission to uplift lower socioeconomic communities. There's Lonnie Johnson, an aerospace engineer, who is the inventor of the Super Soaker and who has transformed how we look at our summers. And as a fraternity member, he transformed my college experience. So thank you, Lonnie, much appreciated. And there's also John Thompson, the board of the chair at Microsoft, who is also a proud HBCU graduate. And John, I know you're a great man. I don't know if you'll ever see this, but from a proud BCU Wildcat, a family rattler, it's okay. We all make mistakes. We all make mistakes. But on a more serious note, we must do more. It takes more than to research these people. It takes more just to be familiar with these individuals. Join forces with them. Invite them to come in and speak to those willing to listen, to show them what is possible, what their future can consist of. Entrepreneurs, scholars, philanthropists, businessmen, lawyers, doctors, judges. So it's endless. The possibilities are endless. See, my fraternity brother, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., once said, hate is too great of a burden to bear. But love, that is something we can all bear together. We can all carry together. Depending on how these outlets of media are used, they can divide us. We must understand the true power of mass media. Malcolm X once said, the media is the most powerful entity on earth. It has the power to make the guilty seem innocent and the innocent seem guilty. And that's power, because they control the minds of the masses. See, as one human race, we have a responsibility and obligation to combat hate, bigotry, racism, homophobia, racial discrimination, religious discrimination, for the betterment of all mankind. Not just for us, not even for our children, but for generations to come. This is not going to happen overnight, but it starts with us. It starts with us in this room. This will take a total effort. Love and support of our allies, most notably our women, who are often left out of the conversation. Women who, since the dawn of time, have stood firm and fought hard on the front lines for the battle of social justice and equality. Please, please don't take my word for it. Ask Barack about Michelle. though you all came for a TED Talk, we're going to get a little interactive here. And we'll do so by, I will first share with you all one of my father's favorite sayings. And it goes, "Mais un pile, chai palu." We're in a class, so I'm going to need y'all to repeat it after me. All right, you guys are looking at me kind of crazy. It goes, "Mais un pile, chai palu." So now look, as the son of a minister, I would be remiss if I didn't take the opportunity to tell you to look at your neighbor. And tell your neighbor, "Mais un pile, chai palu." Now look at your other neighbor. Okay. I like that. Now look at your other neighbor and tell them, "Mais un pile, chai palu." There you go. There, give yourselves a round of applause. I like that. That's what I'm talking about. Before we leave this place, it is imperative that we understand, in order to battle the inequalities and the injustices that plague this earth, we must do it together. We have absolutely no choice but to do it together, because many hands make the load lighter. Thank you.